are going to take a look at my Sega Genesis collection. It's not very big. I didn't have a Sega Genesis growing up. Had more of the Nintendo systems. I only played Genesis games when I was at my friend's or my cousin's house. So I'm familiar with them a bit. These games I've acquired in my adulthood. So let's jump into it. I am first going to show you my regular Sega Genesis games. And then I have some games that got some reprints through Limited Run, or I think one of them was like Retro 8-bit or something like that, but we will take a look at that in a minute. First, let's take a look at this one that I've been tapping on. It is a 6-pack, and it has 6 games. It has Golden Axe, Sonic the Hedgehog, Revenge of Shinobi, Columns, Streets of Rage, and Super Hang-On. Most of these I have played before. Super Hang-On, not really my thing, but I have played all of these before in some way, shape, or form. I don't think I've ever beaten them though. Might have to try that. And on the back tells you a little bit about each game. This is the OG Sonic the Hedgehog, the original game. I'm sure the one I am the most familiar with. Golden Axe. I never played that until my adulthood. Columns. I think everybody has played Columns at some point. Super Hang-On is your motorcycle racing game. Streets of Rage. Played that a bunch in the arcades too. Revenge of Shinobi was hard for me. I didn't get very far in it. A fun game nonetheless though. I really don't play too many sports games, but NBA Jam was one that I played a lot. Wasn't very good at it, but it was fun to play. And this is the tournament edition. I don't remember what that means. It's been a while. But this was fun to play with a friend. Just kind of mess around a little bit. It was fairly simple to play. And I'm sure it has a lot of the NBA players that I remember who they are. Nowadays, I don't really keep up with sports that much, so I would not know the rosters anymore. But a bunch of these guys I remember from way back when. We have Sonic the Hedgehog reason I picked this up was because Michael Jackson did the soundtrack for it. So you know the music is awesome. I mean, the game is good too, but I like the music for sure. Especially if MJ did it. New attitude, new enemies. Swing from vines, launch new attacks, survive deadly traps, and summon tails to airlift Sonic out of danger. Now, if I remember, there was a couple of different things that were new in this third one, but I don't quite remember it all. It's been a while since I've played it. Oh, that's why you can play as Sonic, Tails, or Knuckles. It's a 2-player split screen. Pretty nice. That was pretty big back then, doing split screen player. Always a good time though, for sure. Next we have Rocket Knight Adventures. I was not familiar with this game. I don't remember how I came across it. I think I was looking for something else, and then where was I? Oh no, I was at a gaming expo. That's where I was. Took me a minute to remember. But I was at a gaming expo and I picked this one up. Happened to be there, and having not grown up on the Genesis, I was not familiar with this game at all. Definitely takes a little bit of a learning curve, but I really want to play this. I have another version of this on the Switch. I was trying to play it and it was a little tough. I was needing to get used to some of the controls. It was I felt like it was a little slippery or something, but that's probably just how the game plays and I'm just not used to it anymore. But that's okay. I'll go back and give it another try. It seems like a really good game. And I think on the Switch it has the second one or the third one, which on the Genesis is super expensive, so that's why I only have this version of it. We have Chuck Rock. I had never played this game until I picked it up, and I think this game is hilarious. The fact that you bop your enemies with your belly, I don't know, it just cracks me up. But I mean, it makes sense. And there's a second one of this game, I think, with his son, which I do not have, but I need to get it and grab it and add it to my collection because this one is pretty funny. Chuck Rock hasn't been the same since his longtime rival in love, Gary Gritter, kidnapped his wife, the beautiful Ophelia. So he is on a quest to save his wife. I never really got very far in this game. I don't even think I've seen the levels that those screenshots are in. I need time to play these games, and I don't really have time to play them. I have too many games, so some of my favorite ones take precedence, and then the other ones go on the back burner, and sometimes I forget about them. I need to make a little playlist. We have Disney's Aladdin. I know, but I bought the Genesis version because I only ever played the Super Nintendo version, and the Genesis version lets you play with the sword, which is not in the Super Nintendo version. So I had to pick it up just because of that. I don't think I ever beat this one either. I got stuck at some point and then never finished it. But it was really fun to play. Actually, I think I had a handheld at one point of this game, like one of those Tiger electronic handhelds. The black, like the black little characters on it and stuff, not even color. If anybody remembers what I'm talking about. So, pretty much action platforming. It's a really fun game. I do recommend playing it if you have not. I think it was released on the Switch too, so there's some Disney game compilations that you can pick up. Earthworm Jim, Earthworm Jim. I am absolutely terrible at this game. He looks amazing though. Like a totally buff earthworm. It's hilarious. I'm not very good at it though. I mean, I played it a little bit. If I practiced it a little more, I'm sure I'd get the hang of it. Eat Dirt. The best game ever to hit a screen. This isn't Game of the Year, this is Game of the Decade. It actually is pretty fun. Just some of those controls, I just have to get used to them again. If you're playing modern games all the time and you go back to the retro ones, you're kind of like, wait, what? But that's alright. Just kind of get back used to it again. But let me know if you have played any of these games so far, or if there are other games that you have played. This is my regular Sega Genesis collection, so I'm gonna pull out my other Genesis games that are like reprints and stuff. So hang on a second, I'll make some space and we'll be right back. And here is the first of my reprint Genesis games. This one is TOA Plan with their Shoot 'em Up collection. I think there was like a collector's edition box or set or something that it came in, but I bought them separate. And actually, I only had 1, 2, and 4, and I bought 3 later because I somehow did not buy it when I bought the is pretty cool. There's a instruction manual and a slipcover. So every one of these comes with those items, which is pretty cool. Got some extra goodies inside. I like that. Instruction manuals, I still love. Oh, it's Retrobit that released them. I was close. Alright. 3. Is Fire Shark. Fire Shark, Fire Shark. Again, they're all shoot 'em ups. Pretty cool looking slipcover. I will show you what's inside. Let me make some space here. So this is a slipcover, outer slipcover, pretty awesome. And it's pretty much a Genesis box. Looks like it for sure. I think the cover art is the same. I'm not for sure. I don't quite remember what the original looks like. The Fire Shark cartridge is orange. Orange, kind of translucent orange. And then it comes with a bunch of stuff. So it has the stickers. They kind of look like the Puffy stickers. They are Puffy stickers. I remember these from like when I was a kid. I haven't seen them in a while. Here's the instruction manual. Looks pretty legit. And it actually has color in it. Pretty cool. A lot of the Genesis manuals at that time stopped putting the manuals in color, which was really sad. These should be the mark cards, I believe. Oh, and the certificate. One art card, maybe. I don't remember how many came with it. I think it was just one. Fire Shark. And a behind the scenes. Some pretty cool stuff in there. Let me show you the other two. So the second one is Hellfire. Another shoot 'em up. And I've actually not played these at all, not even on the original Genesis. So I was pretty happy to grab them. But again, it comes with all the usual goodies in there. And the first one in the set is Truxton. I think this was the more expensive one, if I remember. Was Truxton. Fire Shark, I think, was one of the cheaper ones. I mean, like, it's over $100, but it's the cheaper one. Pretty cool stuff, though. And each cartridge has a different color. So this one is red, red, red. Lancer. Clay Lancer. I have never heard of this game, nor have I ever played it, but I decided to grab it. It at least seemed interesting to me. And it comes with all sorts of goodies. Single player. I remember looking this up at one point, but I don't remember what type of game it was. I don't think it was I think it had some like first-person shooting elements in it, but it had more of a story to it if I remember. But pretty cool. Again, Clay Lancer, expensive. I don't remember. I think this was released in North America. I remember seeing a Japanese cover of it also. But this was expensive also, which is probably why I never bothered looking those up. Next we have El Viento. This cover art looks awesome. One of the reasons I bought it. I know, just to stare at the cover art. But, again, this was kind of like a action platformer-ish kind of thing. If you can see a little bit there. But yeah, another reason why I bought them, I kind of like more the action platformer stuff. As long as I can save it, because I don't have time to play them all in one shot nowadays. But, again, comes with some really cool goodies in it. Instruction manual, the cartridge. I don't think this one had stickers or art cards, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. Okay, here is the final one, which is my collector's edition of Phallus on the Sega Genesis, re-released, of course. And this is Phallus, Sid of Phallus, which I think is the second one, and Phallus 3. It's a pretty big box with a slipcover on it to house all of them. 1, 2, and 3. This one I will most likely keep sealed because I bought the Nintendo Switch versions of the games. So this will just hang around, I guess. But it, if I can make some room here, it also comes with a little acrylic stand of Phallus. All 3 games with 3 different cartridge colors, and then each game comes with their own manual. Pretty cool. There was something else in here. Oh, that's probably the stand, the little stand thing. I thought there was something else, but I think that's just the acrylic stand. But yeah, that is my Phallus collection. So this is my small Sega Genesis collection. And I say that because, you know, these are, yeah, they're Sega Genesis, but they're not original. But, I mean, they're still Sega Genesis.